What's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Raheem G with the Pallet Champs and Gilchrist Strategies. And today's video is a quick video just to talk about how to get into the pallet business, how to start. And the part of the business we're going to talk about is how to get into the pallet removal business. So that's removing pallets from warehouses, distribution centers, florists, grocery stores, things of that, nurseries, things of that nature, okay? And how you can remove those pallets and how you can turn them into cash, all right? So here we go. So now, what is the pallet business? Well, for us, starting out as a pallet remover, that pallet business or pallet disposal person, that pallet business is a business where you are removing pallets. You're removing 48 by 40 pallets. That's where the money's at. So that means we have a width of 40 and we have a length of 48 inches. Okay? So that is your standard, they call it GMA wooden pallet. That means that the forklift or pallet jack can go into the pallet each way, right, left, front, back. Okay? So from all four sides, it could have entry. Now, where do you come in with this? You come in to the point where those pallets end up being stacked up once the product is removed off of them. And the customer doesn't have a need for the pallets anymore. Because why? Their product is on the shelves. So now they need to get rid of those pallets. And to get rid of those pallets, there is a cost associated with it. There could be a disposal fee from their waste management company. There's a dumping fee if they got to take it to a dump site. So that's, one of those fees where they know they have to pay it, but they're not in a rush to pay it, so they let the pallet stack up. Now, if you come along and you say, hey, my name is Raheem, I'm with the Pallet Champs, I have a pallet removal company, we work with customers in the area, we remove their pallets. We notice you have, the stack of pallets here, and if we want to know, do you have a solution to remove those pallets? If not, we can be that solution for you. Now they may say, oh, awesome. Yeah, please do remove these pallets. Take them. You say, okay, great, no problem. Now, here's a little tip. You're doing labor. You're lifting those pallets up. You're putting them onto a truck, on the back of a pickup truck. You're pulling them down with those ratchet straps. You're putting them into a box truck, or you're putting them onto a trailer bed. Either way, it's labor. So I would charge them anywhere between $1 up to $3 per pallet. Some customers will say, cool, they'll do it. Some won't. But I'll tell you this, you have a lot of 40 by 40s there, you see, and they don't want to pay, well, don't worry about it. You're still going to get paid on the other end that we're going to discuss. All right, so now I'm going to circle back and say how to get started. I just wanted to just kind of get into it just a little bit with you. How do you get started in the pallet business? Well, you're going to need about $75 to $100. Why? Because if you don't have a truck or a trailer or a box truck, right, what you're going to need to do is rent one of those vehicles, either from U-Haul. I would say it's better to go to Home Depot because they have a $19 pickup truck, and that's $19 for the first 75 minutes, okay? After that, you have to check what the cost is. Also, so that's $19. You're going to need some ratchet straps, some tie-down ratchet straps. Okay, that's going to be able to tighten and brace the pallets down. All right, and that's $25 per strap. So you can get 2 of those. You spend $50 for that. So I think we're at $69. And then you're also going to need the gloves, some working gloves. So about $4 for the gloves. All right. So what is that now? 70, 71, 72, $73. And then you're going to need the fuel. Think of your fuel for the day, so probably $20 for that, right? So now you're at $93. And is there any other cost there? Measuring tape. So because you need to be able to measure the pallets. So the measuring tape may cost you, I'm going to say, let's say it costs $8.97, right? So that'll give us that $101. All right. So now, before you walk out the door and spend that money, you need 2 things. You need to know who you're dropping the pallets off to, which is your pallet supplier, who's paying you, and you need to know where you're picking them up from, your customer. You don't have those two, so don't spend $101. You got to put some brand equity into it. So what's the brand equity? You need to go on Google. I like to write the word Google. That's my favorite. Google. Okay? And you want to Google pallet suppliers. When you do that, a long list is going to come up, or a short list or mid list. Contact in your area too. Contact 5 of those companies. Introduce yourself over the phone. Hey, how you doing? You can even go there and speak to them personally. Build that relationship, build that rapport. Hi, my name is Raheen. I'm with the Pallet Champs, and I am removing pallets, and I would like to bring them here to you. And I want to find out, are you currently purchasing 40 by 40s and odd size pallets? If they say yes, then you say, well, how much are you currently paying? What's your range? And the range currently in the marketplace is anywhere between $4 to $1.50. Okay, so that's your range. That's all based upon condition. You have good condition where they could just recycle them and put them right back out into the marketplace without having to do anything because they're already a grade B, or they might be missing 1 or 2 boards and they need to affix 1 or 2 boards to them, recycle them, and put them back out into the environment to their customers. All right, so you want to make sure that the pallets that you're getting are also in a decent condition. One tip: make sure they're not weather beaten. If they're weather beaten, they're junk. That means don't take it from your customer, or unless you're going to charge them a nominal fee, and there's a lot of them. And if you're going to take them to the dump, you want to make sure that the cost for the dump is going back onto the customer. Okay, if you get what I mean, and put you a little bit on top. Otherwise, don't even worry about it. Just not useful to you. Okay, so pallet suppliers. Boom. Now you know you have. The reason why I say get 5 pallet suppliers in the area, because let's say something's going on in the marketplace like we've been encountering lately with the supply challenge in reverse. Where things are not bottleneck, it's just that product is not moving as much. Lumber cost is coming down, so there's not a lot of space in the client warehouses. So the pallet suppliers are actually having a lot more 40 by 40s, and they're literally giving them away, $6 to $7, just giving them away. Okay, so and then okay, we'll go back. Don't worry about that. So next, you need customers. So let's get to customers. So the customers, same way. We went to Google, right? Why don't you do something like this? You searched for a job before? You ever looked on Monster or Indeed or ZipRecruiter? So what you want to do is you want to go to Indeed, right? Type the word fork lift. Type that in Indeed in the search, and you're going to see terms come up like forklift operator, forklift mechanic, and it's going to be at a company. Now that's a clue. Now, of course, Indeed is doing this based upon the area. That company is using a forklift. So if they're using a forklift, that means that they're probably picking up pallets with that forklift, right? Ding, ding, you got it. So what you want to do is get the company's name, Google their address. Well, the address was going to be there in the Indeed. You want to just put that in Google, the company's name. So from Indeed, put the company's name, address. And you should get the phone number should populate, okay? All right. Now, when you contact the company, you want to introduce yourself. You're probably going to get a receptionist. So, be nice. Say hi. Hope all is well. My name is Raheen. I'm with the Pallet Champs, and I'm a pallet removal, or you say disposal company. and we provide solutions for customers when it comes to removing unwanted pallets, right? So you ask to speak to their warehouse manager or their purchasing manager, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to transfer you to them, or they're going to take your information, right? But you do want to be like, hey, well, can I ask for an email address, right? Ask for a contact name, so that you can have reduce the barrier to entry the next time that you call, because you got to be persistent in this business, right? Because if you're not, they'll forget about you, right? So when you speak to the warehouse manager, the purchasing manager, you introduce yourself again after you've been transferred. Hello, my name is Raheen with the Pallet Champs. I'm a pallet removal, or you can say, or disposal company, and I want to find out if you had a solution to removing your pallets, right? And if they say no, then you say, well, ask them the dimensions. So what's the dimensions of the pallets that you need to be removed? Because you need to know if they're 40 by 40s, because that's where your money's at. Remember that $4 to $1.50, okay? Now, if they have odd size pallets, those could be 40 by 40, 42 by 42, 48 by 48, 36 by 36, 32 by 32. It's all different kind of sizes. You want to, get the ones that are 40 inches and above, because if it's a 40 inch and above pallet, odd size pallet, and your pallet supplier can utilize it, they can rebuild and make a new 48 by 40 if they need to. Okay, so that's a little thought. Now, what you want to do then is ask them, well, how many pallets do you have, right, to be picked up? So they'll give an approximate number. And how often is this amount accrue? So you want to find out how often do they accrue this amount, right? So you can put this on a schedule. And then you ask them, what was your solution for getting rid of these pallets before? And if they say, they were paying, a waste management company, if you ask them if they can share that cost, because your job is to reduce their cost for them, right? That's your solution. Not only are you removing the pallets, you're also you're providing a cost-saving solution. Remember that not only are you disposing the pallets so it won't be an eyesore to create more space for their environment, but it's also a cost-saving solution. People love to save money. If they say they don't, then I must be living on a different planet. Okay, so if they, whatever price they give you, you factor that in. If they're saying if you see they have 100 pallets there and they accrue that once a month, then what you do is you say, hey, I'll remove your pallets for $2 a pallet. Remember the labor we talked about that you're doing before early in the video? You're putting labor in. You're working. You have to strap that stuff down. You gotta stack it up, right? It's work out there. It's inclement weather. Charging $2 a pallet, $1 a pallet. I wouldn't go past $3 a pallet. But if you could get $2 a pallet and they agree on it, you say, okay, so you schedule a day for those pallets to be picked up, and when you schedule that day, you also make sure that they have the cash ready to pay you that day. Or if they want to pay you through PayPal or through Cash App or through Venmo or through Zelle, that's cool too. But make sure you're getting paid that same day. Now let's get into some numbers. So let's just say that one client that has 100 pallets agrees to the $2 removal fee, and they have 100 48 by 40s. And when you take those 48 by 40s to your pallet supplier to drop them off so that they can unload them and recycle them and put them back into the market, they're going to pay you the same day as well too. I didn't mention that. You're getting paid the same day. Isn't that cool? The same day. All right, let's do some numbers. All right, so now you have 100 pallets. To be picked up. You are charging $2 per pallet removal. Once you pick the pallets up, you take the pallets to your pallet supplier. They are giving you $3 per pallet. Okay? So Now let's add that up. $2 times 100 pallets is 200. $3 times 100 pallets is 300. So your total gross before we remove any expenses is 500. It's pretty good, man. That's $500 off of that one account. All right. Now, remember, you had an out-of-pocket cost. We gotta factor that in. So you had $19. Oh, I think we said like $101, right? Let's just do that. $101 out-of-pocket cost. That was your expenses. Now later on your next load, that 101 is now going to drop down to like around $50 because you only got to buy that tie down ratchet strap, those ratchet straps, tie downs. You only got to buy that one time, and you'll have those for a long time before you need to purchase anymore. Okay, so as long as you're using that pickup truck, as your business grows, and if you had a trailer, right, then you could probably have to buy some more. Okay, but we're just talking about right now from the beginning. Okay, so what are we at here? Okay, you're making 300. What is that? You're making $300 to like $99, somewhere around that, $398. Okay, so that's not bad. If you take away your expenses, you're at. Am I tripping here? Yeah, 300, like around $398. Yeah, I wasn't tripping. Okay, so $398 is what you'll be looking at. So let's round up to $400 that you're walking away with in your pocket. That's pretty cool. So now what if you rinse and repeat and do this with 5 clients? Well, how long does it take? First of all, how long does it take to get 5 clients? As long as it takes to get 5 clients. So that's up to you. That's up to your hustle. That's up to your grind. That's up to how many phone calls you're going to make. I would say make 20 phone calls a day, right? I would say drive. I would say drive around the neighborhood. I would say hit, if you don't have a job, if you just came home from jail, if you are a struggling entrepreneur, if you want to add another side hustle, right? I don't care if you work a 9 to 5. When you get off work, you better start driving for those dollars, or on your day off, or use some PTO days. Okay, so that's what you have to do. But 5 clients is going to make you, if we're using this example, around $2,000. That's 100 pallets for each client that they're accruing per month. You have some clients that accrue that per week. But we're just keeping it really basic. And you could be making $2,000 per month off 5 clients. And if you double that number, 4,000. All right? So that is basically how to get into the pallet business from the ground up. I hope that this information helps you. I hope that it was valuable. Please hit the like button. So they say smash it, subscribe, share the video. It's one of my first times doing this. So hopefully I did okay, but I will put out shorter videos describing the pallet business again like this, but it'll be shorter and to the point. All right. Once again, my name is Raheem G with the Pallet Champs and Gilchrist Strategies. I appreciate your time, and I hope this helps, and I hope you start making money. Please let me know about your journey. Whatever questions you have, please leave a comment. Okay? Like and subscribe. Take care. Peace.